This is the stuff of shining stars. But you, my dear, shine brighter than all of them by far. Let love fuel our adventures. Fly with me forever. Out there, there is nothing out of reach. Out there, will you follow me? Out there, let love fuel our adventures. Out there, fly with me.
Aero. Allosaurus Rex is here.
Ignition sequence start. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All engine running.
Hello. Welcome to AeroSpaceNews.com's coverage of test flight number 8 of the SpaceX Starship, coming to you live from the third rock from the sun. I am Aero. How are you? Welcome in. Say hello in chat or leave a comment if you're watching the VOD on YouTube. Let me know you're here. Send signs of life. We check in with some of the great folks we know over on Twitch that are already here. Hello, Alan. How are you? Hey, Nikki. How are you? Let's see if we can get some shout outs done before the chaos begins.
Hi Aerospace News. Be sure to check out Allosaurus Rex. Be sure to check out Ivy_Nikki.
How are you, Alan? How are you, Nikki? Are you feeling better, Nikki? How are the kids doing? Donkey? Sleepless. Sleep deprived, my friend. I'm sleep deprived. How is this going, technically speaking? You're cold and coffee. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that, Nikki. For those of you that are watching this VOD over on YouTube, I stream on Twitch at twitch.tv/aerospacenews 3 nights a week. I'm a community contributor for a game called World of Warships, and I also live stream these rocket launches over there and do some other gaming related stuff and do some real life chatting and things like that. So if you're at all interested in that, maybe head over to twitch.tv/aerospacenews. There'll be a link in the doobly-doo below. But that's where most of these live chat conversations are probably going to be happening unless somebody says hi to me over here on YouTube. You'll be back in 10 minutes, Alan? Nikki, I do hope you feel better. Alan, thanks for stopping by regardless.
Cool. Captain Sam Ransom is here.
Hello, you legend, Captain Sam. How are you, my friend? How's your family doing? Thank you for stopping by. I think this is launching in your neighborhood, your backyard. Is this going on in your backyard, Captain Sam? I've got the audio turned off, by the way, because sometimes they'll run copyrighted music in their promotional video material. But we're watching test flight number 8 of the, I keep wanting to call it the Beech Starship, because Beechcraft Aircraft Corporation in the 90s made a very advanced all-composite turboprop pusher canard airplane called the Starship. And I did an air-to-air photo session with it, as well as a ground photo session for a pilot report article. So I kind of have the muscle memory of calling anything Starship a Beech Starship. But this is the SpaceX Starship stacked atop the Super Heavy booster. And this is coming to you live from Texas on the third rock from the sun. And I am called Aero by most folks these days. Welcome in. Beta, good to see you. How are you? Beta, we're doing some fairly limited shouting out, just FYI. You're not being
Be sure to
out.
check out Beta Flex 1.
So yeah, come work here. Anyway, back to our regularly scheduled.
That was interesting. I clicked on the window and the audio suddenly went up to maximum. Not my intended behavior. Yeah, hopefully. So we could talk a bit here if you're just watching for the first time and you want to get caught up. SpaceX is attempting to demonstrate the viability of their SpaceX Super Heavy and upper stage Starship space launch system, intended to be fully reusable, unlike that paragraph of text I just spoke. So the combination, the Starship is a combination system. There's a Starship upper stage, and then there's the Super Heavy booster, which is what you can see being caught in the chopstick arms there, or AKA maxilla landing. And the goal is that they can reuse both the Super Heavy booster bottom stage as well as the upper stage. By the way, I just noticed that Twitch is showing me in my dashboard as being offline. That's a little disconcerting. There we go. That looks better. So, so far, they have caught the Super Heavy booster successfully twice. And they have flown the Starship upper stage to an intended destination, I think it's 3 times now. However, on the last flight, where they did catch the Super Heavy booster successfully, after missing it on the prior flight, they launched a newer generation, an evolved design of the upper stage. And not long after the Super Heavy booster made its landing evolution, or catch evolution, the upper stage accomplished what's called in the industry a RUD, rapid unscheduled disassembly. It blowed up real good. It blowed up so good, in fact, that it spread debris over air traffic routes, and some aircraft had to be rerouted because of it. So that was a box they had not hoped not to check, but they did. So that test flight was not successful. This is basically a redo of that, but SpaceX is, as ever, changing the goalposts ever so slightly on a couple of different areas, because the Super Heavy booster has actually been upgraded as well, as has the capture tower. So this is not the same exact system, whether it's the ground infrastructure of the tower there or the rockets plural. Even this is not the same as Test Flight 7, which is kind of a crazy way to do engineering, but that's the SpaceX style. Typically, you try and do an iterative test where you've got the ability to sort of see if you fixed what was broken the last time, and they sort of have changed that. It's like when you're troubleshooting the parts of a car or some other mechanical electronic device. You don't change a bunch of things all at once. Generally, if you think if it's your carburetor or a spark plug, you try just the spark plug first, and you see what your result was. They do it differently than that. It costs them a lot more money, but they also make faster progress. So whether they're lucky to be flush with cash or perhaps a bit overly aggressive. That's for others to decide, but that's their process and that's what they do. Indeed, Captain Sam, waiting for another moon landing. Are you counting the remotely operated lander that landed this past calendar week? 4 minutes to go, possibly, here for the launch. And yes, there will be audio during the launch, I promise you. Captain Sam, how are we doing technically here? Audio, video, everything looking okay from your standpoint, my friend? And also, how are you doing? And how's your family? So talking about some of the upgrades that were on the other test flight 7, they were supposedly focused on adding reliability and performance across all phases of flight. What they have not successfully flown at all is this upper stage. And the upper stage is different from the prior generation in that the forward flaps have been upgraded to significantly reduce their exposure to reentry heating while simplifying the underlying mechanisms and protective tiling. This is according to SpaceX. Redesigns the propulsion system, including a 25% increase in propellant volume over the prior generation Starship, and additional vehicle performance gives the vehicle the ability to fly long duration missions.
Kashuz_28 is here.
Hi, Cash. How are you, my friend? Good to see you. I hope you're well, and thanks for being here, buddy. The vehicle's avionics also underwent a complete redesign, adding additional capability and redundancy. Again, this is what SpaceX is saying they've done to the vehicle. This is not me saying it was done for increasingly complicated missions like propellant transfer and ship return to the launch site.
Their plan is... Admiral Morkbork is here.
Hey, Admiral, how are you? Welcome in. Thanks for being here, bud. We're not doing this, the shout-outs in the same way.
Be sure to check out Admiral Morkbork.
In the same way we're normally doing them during this live broadcast, because this is a rocket broadcast. Thank you for shouting out the Admiral, though. But you're not going to get the effusive verbal ones. Nobody is, so please don't feel singled out. During this flight, in less than a minute and 40 seconds, if the timing stays the same, they're going to deploy 4 Starlink simulators from the upper stage. They're similar in size to next-generation Starlink satellites. And they will be on a suborbital trajectory as the Starship and are expected to demise upon entry, in other words, be destroyed. A relight of a single Raptor engine while in space is also planned. Starship will not be going orbital. It will not be going orbital. This is a suborbital flight if it doesn't blow up on the way up, assuming they launch it at all. We can talk about a bit more of this because there will be some downtime in a few moments, certainly. But let's get the volume up.
As we're about 15 seconds away, we did just hear we are going to hold at T-minus 40. So look for the clock to pause when we hit T-minus 40 as they finish troubleshooting. And then we'll let you know as soon as we start hearing more and if that clock's when that clock's going to start rolling. So holding at T-minus.
This is typically when they tend to also punch in with their commercials promoting their various space systems. I'd like to do that. I hadn't thought that far ahead because I was kind of rushing to be here on time for the launch. Cash, thank you for reminding me. Let's just see here if I can grab it. I think I've got it, Cash. Please remind me if I forget to. Let's try this one more time. Yep, I done killed it. Yeah, you did, Alan. They just good timing. Hope you didn't speed. There's a hold here at 40 seconds. Thank you for the hydrate, Admiral. I hope you're well. Ash, how you doing, buddy? How's your family? All right. We have turned off the TTS for the shout-outs. Thank you for that hydrate, Admiral. I appreciate it, my friend. You're making ribs, Cash. I'm jealous. Hey, Antonis, thank you so much for stopping over on the YouTube channel. Yes, you have. I hope you are well. I hope your family's well. Cash, thanks for being over on the YouTube channel as well, buddy. Really appreciate it. Okay, so during this hold, how was the SpaceX audio, by the way, when I had it turned up? Could you folks hear that all right? By the way, if the clock starts moving and I haven't noticed, scream in chat. Let me know. Thanks, Captain. How are you doing, Captain? Are you well, buddy? I hope you are. I hope your family's well. So, SpaceX has an awful lot that they need to get accomplished with Starship in a very short period of time. They need to JB, how are you? Thanks for stopping over on the YouTube channel, buddy. The plan is to launch as soon as they can lift this hold. They were 40 seconds away. They counted down to 40 seconds and announced as they were approaching it that there was a scheduled hold at 40 seconds because they were troubleshooting a problem. But the plan is to go flying with SpaceX's test flight 8 of Starship today, very shortly. Thank you, Antonis. Thank you, Captain. Thanks for being on YouTube too, buddy.
JB_PNW is here.
JB, thanks for being in both places, buddy. It's good to see you. Always good to see you. So SpaceX has existing relationships with NASA that relate to the lunar missions that are coming. They need to be able to demonstrate in space, on orbit refueling of spacecraft. Part of the upgrades that have gone into the upper stage are meant to create capabilities to do on-orbit rendezvous and actually docking together with multiple, with two or more SpaceX Starship-derived vehicles and transfer fuel between them in order to get to the moon and come back. And this system is intended to be human-rated. So there are many, many, many milestones and many test flights ahead in order to certificate the entire system to carry people, to do the orbital refueling, and to get a derivative version of the upper stage to the moon and back. Hey, Speedy, how are you? Welcome in. Nice to have you here. We're on a scheduled 40-second hold. Well, it's not actually scheduled. It's a required 40-second hold because something is being troubleshot on the on either the ground infrastructure or the Starship system itself. Yes, they've got to get into orbit first, and all in one assembled piece, Captain Sam. And that's, of course, oh, here we go, folks. The
it is time to go for launch.
30 seconds to launch Starship Test
So,
Flight 8. Let's do
30
this.
seconds to go. Oh. And we just heard a hold.
Back at 41
So we kicked.
seconds.
Psych. No. So we did kick out back to the T-minus 40 hold.
Wow. Oh well. I'm gonna have a button here to turn off my camera. Looks like I don't have a button here to turn off my camera. That's too bad.
All right, so as we started counting back down, we did trip a few more holds automatically from the booster itself.
All right, so it's from the booster,
So,
we know that.
We are now going to hang out here again at T-minus 40. They've got a couple more troubleshooting steps that they can take. If we're able to get through that, we can start counting down again. If not, we could always offload and try again on either tomorrow or another day. But right now, we're not done for the day yet. Still holding at T-minus 40 seconds. And as soon as we hear some more or start seeing that clock move, you will know if we're going to go for our launch attempt today or if we just try it again another day. So keep listening in, and we'll have an update shortly.
All right, folks, don't let me get caught flat-footed. If the clock moves, let me know. I'm going to turn that audio down so that they don't throw any copyrighted music in there. What's really incredible, while we're here, while I have you alone, what's really incredible is that we are living at a time when, credibly, what happened here? They took the banner off, but the clock is not moving. Indeed, and Antonis. Oh, well, hold on a second. The clock is
As
going.
we started counting down from T-minus 40 again, and it's not something we can change with small config tweaks, so we are going to offload.
Thank you for the
our
follow
prop
and welcome.
and then try again another day. So we're able to fully tank the vehicle. We're unable to lift off today, but just because we don't go today doesn't mean we're not going to go tomorrow or one of the days coming up. So we are going to start offloading all of that propellant on the booster and the ship. As we talked a little bit earlier, we can go as soon as 24 hours later. We won't know that for sure until we dig into everything that kicked us out of our attempt today. So obviously just keep an eye on all of our updates.
All right. Well, my friends, thank you for following. Welcome aboard over on Twitch. My friends, it is scrubbed. I'm sorry to say, got to the office early trying to do this with you. But they will attempt again. Not sure whether it's going to be tomorrow or another day. If I can make it, I certainly will, just like we did today. Space is hard, as everyone in the industry and out of the industry loves to say. So I'm not surprised that they've got some issues here that are stopping them from flying. We'll come back and try it again. I'm going to wrap this stream up, but I'm going to be streaming World of Warships tonight. Come see me on Twitch, twitch.tv/aerospace news. Thank you so much for hanging out with me, everyone. And I will speak to you soon. Farewell, everyone. Bye-bye.